guys' mouths those were there last year, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think any game, you lose definitely when you face that team next year. It leaves a little bit of a bad taste, but it's a new team and we're facing a new opponent. So we're just going to prepare this week to try to come in and get W.
What was most frustrating about that loss, maybe aside from the fact that you guys just dominated it? It's just
I think it was just losing in general, obviously, especially at Camp Randall. But I think it was just lack of execution on some parts. I think it was takeaways from that. Obviously, when you have the penalties that we had, kind of put ourselves in that position. And, but credit to them, they made it tough on us, and they did a good job.
When you look at them on film now, how are they similar or maybe different to what you saw last year?
Obviously they have some of the returning players. I think that they were a good defense last year. They're a good defense this year. Got a lot of guys who can make plays. They run well, and they compete for football. So I think that we're gonna have to really game plan this week, and I'm confident that if we do, we'll be able to go out there and execute the way that we want to.
You've seen what Chase has kind of gone through the last couple of years with the injuries. Just how satisfying was it to see the way he played Saturday, coming back really healthy?
Yeah, awesome. I mean, obviously a guy that has gone through the stuff that he's gone through, rehab, grown so much as a teammate, grown so much as a player through that time. To see him have success in Camp Randall opening night or opening day was pretty special. And he was obviously a huge part of the win. So I'm super proud of that guy. Super proud of the O-line for blocking for both the backs, and just happy to come out to it.
From your perspective, just what was it like for him this last year and a half, with him having to deal with the knee and everything else?
I mean, you'd have to ask him on how exactly it was, but I think anytime you're dealing with injuries, as a guy who wants to compete and be out there, it's obviously frustrating. So for him to be able to come out and not only play but really dominate was really awesome to see.
You guys didn't take too many shots down the field on Saturday. I think there was only 3 of over 15 yards. Is that just something that Buffalo was trying to take away from you guys, or why would you say that was the way it was?
I don't have a lot of say so in that kind of stuff, but I think Coach Longo, one of his strengths is kind of taking what the defense is giving and attacking that. And I think we were able to do that. Obviously, had a lot of success running the ball. We were able to make a lot of plays in the flats with some of the receivers, and all I'm focused on is trying to see what he calls and prepare for the game and execute whatever the game plan is. And I have full trust that he'll put us in the position that we need to put in.
How much of an advantage do you think it will be this year? It's a rematch game. You guys are obviously familiar with each other, but they can turn on the tape from both sides of the ball and see what you guys are doing, and it's not really relevant anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think that early on, kind of for both teams, there's adjustments and things that you don't really know. I think that just makes you fall back on some of the rules that you have. Obviously, we went through camp, played a lot of football, spring ball. We've been drilled on this offense, so it's just understanding what your rules are, no matter what kind of defense they throw at you, and being able to adjust. So we're going to go off of week one and go off of what we know and prepare the best that we can, but we also have to be ready for any adjustments that need to be made.
Colorado State had a lot of success through the air against these guys last week. Have you had a chance to watch that week one tape of them, and what were your thoughts on their secondary and kind of what they showed defensively?
I haven't watched all of the game one, but I've watched clips of it, but I haven't watched it just straight through. I think that they did some good things. And I think that one thing Washington State did really good was taking advantage of mistakes, whether that was just receivers, not coming back to the ball, closing on a guy. Number 3 had a strip sack or a strip for a fumble. So they did a good job of creating turnovers. They run really well. They have a lot of good athletes, the outside and in the perimeter, or on the outside and the inside. So I think they're a good challenge, and I'm excited for this week.
Well, Josh, if you've been asked this already, what, if anything, can you take from going back and studying last year's matchup?
I think just, if you have similar sets, obviously, coverage-wise, how they're going to defend certain stuff. Obviously, we have a lot different, offensive scheme, but I think also just watching personnel, some of the pass over from personnel, how they play. Obviously, it's a little bit different than last year watching the film the year before because it was more similar offense, but at the same time, we're going to take all the film that we have and kind of make our game plan for that.
Luke talked about yesterday, just pointing to this game as one that wasn't finished last year. And he said finishing has kind of been the motto around here, and it's going to be for the rest of the season. So how much are you guys using that, looking back at last year and knowing, hey, this is one that we didn't finish, and that's something that we got to do this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think any of the 12 opportunities you get are important, but definitely one that you feel like you let get away or you lost. Leaves that little bitter taste in your mouth. So we know that we got to come in here and prepare, and we know that they're going to be hungry. They're a hungry team. We're going to Washington, obviously, and, playing in a hostile environment. So we got to be ready, and I know that the boys will be.